Reverend Rob Lee. Bold, smart, and straight to the point. This is Tarot with an Attitude.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Tarot with an Attitude. I am your host, the Reverend Rob Lee. Wow, bang. Okay, good. Wow, it's going to be a great Friday night. I've got Yachty in queue. I got Cynthia in queue. We're going to get to this right away. First thing we're going to do is what I always do. Our most gracious, loving, and heavenly Father, the divine mother, the divine feminine spirit that is the all, that is God, that is my higher source, that is of the Creator. We say thank you for everything you're doing in our lives. Thank you for everything you're allowing us to create and the resources. Please have the angels stand by, have the angels be close, and the spirit guides even closer, and let my mind go and let me bring in your word, not mine. So mote it be. All right, so here we go. Wow, everybody's coming in. The house is filling up. I love it. I love it. I love it. So we're going to get this party started on a Friday night, and we got Yachty here. So everybody, we're going to have to bear with Yachty a little bit. She's trying to get her daughter to sleep. So yes, you're not going blind, okay? The lights are out, okay? But she's here. So
yay.
Yeah, Yachty, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Just wanted to say thank you for the incredible reading from the other day. It was so spot on. It was a little freaky. It was a little scary because the job definitely, honestly, it didn't turn out the way that I wanted it to go. But the whole time they wanted me for management because I've always been executive leadership. So it
Okay.
was a lot lower position. It was with the understanding that in my mind that I would take it and then eventually transition to the higher position. But from, history working with, doctors, clinicians overall, it would be hard for them to respect me in terms of going into the lower and then transitioning to the higher position. So that position will not become available until like another 6 months, November, December, which
Okay.
honestly, I can't wait at this time. I know that I talked to the VP the other day and she's trying to be very innovative in terms of, how to keep me because they don't want to lose me because of my
Right.
skill set and my expertise in terms of, just executive leadership and overseeing like centers for like senior care. I'm
Right.
also a clinician as well. So
Oh, okay.
yes, so you're you're a social worker. I'm an LPC.
There
So
you go. There you go. So a couple of years ago when I was in Florida, I was a registered clinical social worker intern
right.
and was getting my license. I really completed everything for Florida, but just decided, you know what? It was jumping through so many hoops and everything. And
Right.
plus, with what I like to do, it made a lot of people nervous.
No, yeah,
So,
it does. It's just been very, I was just very instrumental because I work in geriatric value-based care. So it was very
right,
instrumental in terms of driving the behavioral health side because with the geriatric population, especially in Virginia, and the Medicaid, Medicare, they were so underserved in terms of that level of care.
right.
So, the mind, body, and soul. And they're so lonely. So nobody was really addressing that.
And
So
you know what? What's funny, you and I can both attest to this. They teach you in school, they teach you learn about the spirit, learn about their soul,
yes.
learn about their religion. But God forbid you go to connect with somebody on something
Yes.
they don't understand.
Yes.
Then they're all freaking out and everything else. So
Yeah. The liberty. So, it's very faith-based
right,
in terms of, treatment. So it was, some, patients, they're very receptive, but some aren't. But
right.
I'm back again because I just really, really wanted to say thank you and just want to figure out what's going to be my next step because the only reason why I was looking for a new job is because I was recently laid off due to organizational changes and they
Right.
closed down 19 centers.
Wow.
So, it was the third round of layoffs and, I lasted for quite a while. But now I'm here and I need to know in terms of my career. So,
Gotcha.
even though I'm, very, very, clinically sound, and I love working with people, I don't like direct support. I don't like doing that. I'm more in terms of leadership, management,
Right.
implementing processes, overseeing large organizations. I'm an operator at the end of the day. So I
Right.
utilize the clinical side in terms of, meeting people where they're at and making decisions based on, everything, right? That was
You paid
focused
your
on,
dues.
yeah,
I started out on the floor of a mental health
yeah,
hospital,
yes,
wrestling people down and doing all that. And, I
yeah,
paid my dues. And finally I told him, I said, I'm either going to move up or I got to go on.
yeah.
And
Like
that's when I started really. So I understand that. So what you're looking for then is just some guidance about
my
what,
career, my next, I really need something like ASAP, because I'm losing my mom. I'm definitely not the type of person to be a full-time mom. That is a
right.
hard job. I don't know how women do it. I respect it so much, but I definitely need like more adult stimulation, and get back into, the work field, because, I need to work. I have kids. I have two. Um, so
Yeah. Okay. Well, the first card here we have for you is the Knight of Wands. All right. And the Knight of Wands is that fire. It's that passion. It's like stay focused. You're
yes.
going to have to keep driving, things like that. Now, there might be some people coming out of the woodwork to help you, like this other VP or whatnot that was trying to get you into something
Hmm.
else. Rely on some other people that know you, okay, is what this is saying. The knight is all about fighting his own battles or her own
Right.
battles, okay? But you got to remember, they got so much armor on, they got so much stuff to do. They got to have somebody help them get on the horse, okay? So this is about you continuing to move on and making sure. What I'm really picking up from this card is don't take the first thing that comes along out of fear. You know your goals, you know what you're going to do, and
Right.
Spirit's got your back. You're going to be able to get there. We have the Ace of Coins. Spirit is saying you have new resources coming. Okay. So
Okay.
something is fixing to happen, something's fixing to turn. This is all about starting over,
Yeah.
okay,
Oof.
with money, finances, tangible things, the coins, and all that stuff. So that's what this is about. So something new is happening, some things are coming. Be patient. Look here. We have the Chariot. Now, what's really cool is we have the Knight saying move ahead. And in this, the Chariot is driving ahead. It's talking about staying focused, and everything's headed into the future. It's going to be okay. This might be a little bit of a test, all right,
Boy,
to make
a
sure.
hard test.
Yeah. All right.
Been rough. But really interesting. The regional vice president of the company that I was just, laid off from, she also was let go as well, and she reached out to me that she's going through a very rigorous, interviewing process, but she really, when she thought about creating her team, she definitely wants to take me with her.
There you go.
So
So, and that's this card. Okay.
yes.
So there are people that know you, things that are happening, and I really feel Spirit's going to be reaching out. There's something about temperance, balance, making sure you're in balance, that you're
Right.
grounded. I see you smiling. What does that mean to you?
No, yeah, temperance, patience. Because I'm also Aries, so I'm fiery. You know,
Okay.
um,
So you get impatient. You
yes,
get
very much.
impatient and you're dying for somebody to just make a decision. You're ready for them,
Right,
in your mind. It's like, what can I do? I got to do something. And you're trying to figure out your next move.
right.
And one of the things you need to do is sit still. Okay.
Okay.
Just sit still for a little bit. And then we have the 10 of Cups. Happiness is coming for you. It's right around the corner. Okay.
Thank
This
God.
whole section is coming to an end. All right. And you're going to be able to achieve your dreams and whatnot. But don't go grabbing the first thing that comes along if it's not what you want to do. It's called a
Right.
hamster wheel job, and this confirms it. One of the things we've got going on here is the Five of Wands. I did a reading earlier today, and this is the second time this card has come up, and it was in another deck. So one of the things I'm picking up here, that if you take a job just to take a job, it's going to be one of those hamster wheel jobs that you have a hard time getting out of. You know what I mean?
Right.
One of those where you're not happy, but it's paying the bills and everything else. And that's one of the things we get beat. One of the things is you might be approached about helping somebody straighten something out in a workplace.
That
Okay.
just happens for me. I'm usually the cleanup person. You're
Okay.
100% correct, where I'm always in a position where they leverage me in a way that I have to clean up the organization in terms of, implementing processes, managing people out, holding people accountable, revenue, right? Because it's a business at the end of the
Yeah.
day. And I'm, that's why I told you, yes, I'm a clinician, but really in my heart of hearts, I'm an operator.
And
So,
that's where I was, whether I was in the call center business or whether I was in the medical field or whatnot.
right,
It was always okay. Get him, he'll fix it. Getting to root
right,
cause analysis and getting people to perform better,
right.
things like that. But I know that gets old. It
Yeah.
gets very brain tiring to
Yes,
fix it, and you feel like they're not paying you enough. What I'm seeing here is be careful. There's something unseen yet to come. Okay. What is your gut intuition telling you? This is our moon. This is saying, I can't give you the whole picture yet. So you need to use your intuition and your instinct. Okay. Is that making sense?
yes.
Okay. Then we got the worry, the fear of tomorrow. This is my anxiety card.
Right,
Okay. And as a licensed clinical social worker, you know what anxiety can do. And this is allowing fear to affect your health, affect your sleep, and actually affect your energy, where you got to be careful where we start focusing on this isn't happening rather than, oh, I'm so excited about when it does happen. Does
right.
that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Let that stuff go in your mind, because bottom line is the Queen of Coins is here to say, you got to be taking care of yourself. This is all going to take care of itself. Spirit's got your back. Get the monkey off your back. Okay.
Yes.
And
I
remember,
and
it's okay. At some point, you'll be able to pamper yourself and do everything you want to do. But everything I'm getting for you right now is grade 5s.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Well, I appreciate you, and thank you for your incredible accuracy and sharing your energy with me.
Oh, well, I appreciate you. I appreciate you allowing me to do that and be a part. So thank you very much. So
Thank you.
you have a great evening. All right. And if you need anything, I'm always here. All right.
All right. Appreciate you.
All right. I appreciate you too. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
All right. Let me get these cards set up. Man, oh, look who just popped in. I got Cynthia next. And then I've got Miss Jill. Miss Jill is here. Yes, yes, yes. Your ears must have been burning, because Gillian and I were talking about, oh, yeah, we were talking about you and David, and that we've got to figure out a way to meet y'all for lunch, dinner, something. And I was trying for this weekend, but she thought it might be bad weekend with the holidays and everything going on. I don't know. We'll see. But you're going to be hearing from me outside here, okay? So let's find out what's going on. All right, everybody, let's see what's happening. And now let's get right over to Miss Cynthia. Okay, let's see what's happening with Miss Cynthia. Well, good evening, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am very good. And you know what? I caught a glimpse of your post, before you decided to come in. And you were asking about your granddaughter's tryouts,
Absolutely.
okay? And you're like, it may not seem big. I don't care what it seems. Different things are important to different people on different levels. All right. If it's important to you, it's important to me. Okay. And it's important to us. We want you to be happy. Yeah. So some people like Yachty have a bigger fish to fry. But guess what? It still has to do with your happiness, your joy, and your job. And, one of the things, I remember being in a call center, and one of my managers telling one of the workers, well, there are other people that would love to have your problems. And I kind of cringed, but the young lady looked back at her and said, yeah, but this is my problem. Okay. And we need to remember that just because something is not large to somebody else doesn't mean it's not large. So I'm glad you were I'm glad you are here. So, am I assuming that we're doing the reading on your granddaughter's tryouts?
Yes. I know you don't do third party, but whatever spirit needs me to know, I've got to be
Okay.
prepared for this.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to change rooms. My dogs are having a fit.
Oh, yeah, I
Oh,
heard him. It's
goodness.
all right. It's all right. We'll work around anything like that. Okay,
Okay,
here we
I'm
go.
back.
All right. Let's see what's going on. So, Spirit, Cynthia's granddaughters are in tryouts, and that's tomorrow, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's tomorrow. And she needs to know what she needs to know to be able to deal with this. So, let's find
I
out what's
want the
going on.
results, but I know you're not going to tell me that.
I'm just going to tell you what Spirit gives me, because everything, I don't believe our fate is set. I
I know.
am not predetermined. Oh, there we go. I bumped the button.
Uh-oh.
So I just don't like doing that. But we'll ask. I'd love to hear what happens. So if you're willing, we'll ask. We'll get a pendulum out and just find out if it's going to be a good day or a bad day tomorrow.
I'm up for it.
Okay. So let's do that, and let's see, and then just understand attitudes, everything, choices, man, they can change everything.
Yeah,
So
I
I
know.
am going here. All right, Spirit. First off, I want to know, Pendulum and Spirit, if you will work with me tonight. Oh, yes, right into this. Okay. Spirit, you have heard Cynthia. We know what's going on, in her life and with her granddaughter. And this is a very important thing that's going on in Cynthia's life. So Cynthia wants to be prepared. Is tomorrow going to be okay, or is there going to be celebration tomorrow? It
Nothing.
said yes, but it did not go right into it. She got to
Yeah.
work, okay? And there's going to be, what I'm getting, Spirit, are you telling me that there's going to be challenges that are going to have to be overcome? Bang. That went right into a yes mode. So there
Okay.
are going to be some obstacles, some hurdles, some things that are going to have to be overcome. All right. Is what
Okay.
I'm seeing. I don't think there's any need to fear, but yes, make sure, like when she gets up before she goes, have her take a shower, be fresh, get the spirit, get rejuvenated. You want her on top of her game. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, Spirit, what does Cynthia need to know about tomorrow with her granddaughter? So, balance. Everything is going to be due. Oh, let me bring that up. Okay. There it is. Boom. All right. We're back to the temperance card. All right. And so Spirit actually brought this card out because, again, I did my whole moving it out throughout the deck, and boom, here it is. There's going to be a lesson to be learned, that the work's got to go in and all of that kind of stuff. Okay. Be grounded make sure you're grounded tomorrow. There's going to be some emotions you're going to be dealing with, and there's going to be some physical stuff you're going to be dealing with. Okay. It's going to be real. But in the 14, the 1 and 4, the 1 is that newness. The 4 is establishing a good base. It comes together for a 5. That 5, remember, is conflict, but it's creating something beautiful. There's a lot of stuff around that 5. So let's take a look and see furthermore. Okay. Stand up. Remember, I said there's going to be something. She's going to have to fight for it. All right. Whatever's happening, she's going to have to be on her game, and she is going to have to stand and show how much she wants this. Okay.
Yep.
If you can want it and mom can want it, but if she doesn't want it, okay, to give 100% and to stand tall and to show these people I'm worth it, that might be where some of your problems lie in. So prep her in that manner. Is this making sense?
Oh, yes.
Okay. She's fixing to learn everything ain't a party. Okay. That there are other people, there are friends. And what she's got to understand is, I think she might learn tomorrow that people that she thought were her friends are not.
They're
Okay.
very competitive,
Yep. That
but
when it
she's
comes,
naive and doesn't see that.
yeah, well, that's what you might be dealing with a little bit tomorrow.
Yeah, she don't
Okay.
see it tomorrow. Okay.
Yep. So just be ready for it. You know that. And what you're going to do is the 6 of coins, it's talking about, you know, what I just got told here is for her to be kind. Okay. Kids are
Uh-huh.
kids. And when they get angry or they want something really bad, sometimes they forget, hey, be helpful. Somebody helped you. You might need to help them. Okay. That karma thing going out. But this is in the real world, the 6 of coins. So is there a medal involved here or something, or just trying out for a team?
Just trying out for a team. It's
Okay.
her placement for her competition team next year.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. So hard work is being rewarded, is what I'm seeing here.
Mhm.
Ultimately, you know, we have the Queen of Wands here. Nurture her passion, make sure get into it and make sure the fire is there,
Mhm.
and we're not looking for a particular object. Does that make sense? That's the best way I can say it. That she's doing this because she wants to do it. And if she puts that fire forward, here's the wands again, okay? Here's that putting that fire forward, she'll come through this fine, okay? She'll be all right. It's time. Be independent. Don't listen to everything her little friends tell her to. Tell her she got to make up her own mind, okay? Look here. 9 of Wands is back. All right? So, how is she on accepting help?
She's pretty good.
Okay. That's what I'm seeing. She's going to, I know, everybody's going to be giving her advice. She's going to look a little frustrated. Okay. Remind her, hey, we're just looking out for you. Even the president, even, you know, athletes, things like that, they have advisors. They have people tell them, reminding them to do, coaches, things like that. Don't forget to do this. Don't forget to do that. So that very well could come into play. But ultimately, her winning or losing is going to be on her. Okay. That's that night. So she's got to really attack it and go after it as much as she wants it. 7 of Swords.
Sometimes I wonder if it's her want or if it's her mother's want.
That's where I'm going. Thank you. Boom, there it is. And this is, you know what? Wouldn't be a bad time to talk to her about that. You know, we all live vicariously through our children at some point. Women do with their daughters, men do with their sons. We love to do that. Plus, we want to stand up and be bragging, everything else. And because dance or whatever this is a passion of her mother's, doesn't necessarily mean it's a passion of hers. Okay. So what she's got to do, the first thing when I flipped this card was I got the 7 of Swords, meaning there might be something that's coming down to a decision that she's not going to like. Okay. But you can't let people steal her joy. All right. Watch this, see what goes on. But I want you to talk to her and find out about what she wants to do. Where's her head at? Okay.
This might be the year that things change.
Okay. Because the 7 of Swords, whenever I see this, I feel like somebody's stealing something from you, like being forced into doing things. Notice how he's being manhandled. Okay. Yeah. And a lot of times when we see the 7 of Swords, it's somebody with a bunch of swords running off like they just stole it. So there might be something up behind their back that they're not really filling her in on or anything else. So you're going to need to be ready tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a little tense. Okay. But I would definitely have that conversation. King of Wands. I've got to understand, is there a male person involved in all of this?
Her dad.
Okay.
Joey.
All right. That I'm not seeing this being Joey. So
there could be a male teacher, trainer, coach.
Okay. All right. What I'm seeing is have this conversation, find out, like if she's got a male coach or trainer or something like that, have a conversation with him. Okay. At the same point, what this is saying is that masculine spirit, She's got to get into that. I want to own this. I'm going to demand it. And she's got to pull into that masculine spirit. If she really wants it, she's got to show it. Okay. She's got to show it. Got to be, it's not just going to be given. And she might be because mom's the coach or the teacher or whatnot. I don't know how all that rolls. I know it plays a part in there somewhere.
Yeah,
She might
she's involved in the dance studio.
Yeah. So she might be thinking this might be a little bit of a shoe in, and you need to remind her you got to work. Okay. You got to work. Keep in mind, she's not that old either. Okay. So these are life lessons, things like that. So, what we have here is 7 of Cups. Tomorrow, we need to make sure, and you need to make sure that she's making choices that are best for her.
Man, that keeps coming up. Okay.
And her happiness. Okay.
All right.
You do need to find out, is this something that she wants to be doing? Tell her, I don't advocate grandparents not telling parents something, but there is a relationship there, and she needs to have a safe place to be able to talk about it. Okay. Where if it's that, and it might be, maybe she needs to talk to dad. If she doesn't, if she does, she needs to let somebody know. Okay.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. What I'm really picking up here, the key thing is, if she doesn't want to do this, what do you want to do?
She played flag football this year.
Okay.
She's getting a little bit more interested in the sports side of things.
Okay.
And I'm thinking that she might be ready to back out of dance a little bit. She loves the competitions because they travel, they fly, they stay in a hotel,
Their
eat
friends
out.
are around, their little girls running all over the hotels. I've been through all that,
Oh, yeah. I mean, they go all over, and she loves that, but she does not love putting the work in for it.
So, and that's it. So it's not a passion to her. Okay. And this is what I'm getting. Don't let something like this, because people aren't working with her, she could find that in other team sports or things like that. Okay. So this is what I'm really picking up, is make sure that she learns, this is a lot of money goes into this, a lot of time, a lot of effort in the travel, things like that. And if it's not something that you want to do, we could be spending time doing something else that you want to do that will still lead you to a team, that will still lead you to travel, it will still lead you to, but I want you to be happy in what you're doing. Because if she's not practicing, it's not going to come through.
This was mom's life. This was our life.
Okay.
For many, many years. I mean, we never went on a family vacation. Our vacation was nationals.
Okay.
So
I'm really picking up the dad's got to step in. Okay. We've got the emperor here, and it's your daughter, right? And Joey's your son-in-law.
Yes.
Yeah. He might be a little afraid because it's going to piss mom off.
It is real bad.
Well, you know what? A king and an emperor, they got to deal with a pissed off queen.
Okay.
Or an empress. Okay. Because it's not her happiness we're talking about. All right. It's your granddaughter's.
She's done.
And you know what? She may turn around and say, hey, I'm there. And then if the mom just might want to make sure and say, hey, I just want to make sure. You sure you don't want to do this or whatnot? All of that's perfectly natural. Okay. But it's time to remember that at some point, you know what? There were so many things I wanted to do that my Baptist parents wouldn't let me do. I had 4 vocal music scholarships. A lot of people don't know this about me. Okay. 4 vocal music scholarship offers in one state setting. All right. But my dad needed me to direct a choir at his church the next day. And I called them. I said, I've got 4 full scholarship rides offered. I need to stay. Nope. You come do it. No, they just didn't believe me or whatnot. My dad played the organ. I wanted to play the piano. Could I take piano lessons? No, I had to take organ lessons. And to this day, I wish I knew how to play the piano. I have taught myself how to play some piano. But there are these things, and maybe this is the conversation that Joey and you and all, once you know what's going on in this little girl's heart, okay, that y'all can have that conversation with mom. If you can talk to people that still hold resentment towards a parent that is now gone because there were things they absolutely wanted to do, but the parent wasn't interested.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's one of those things. Yeah, you're going to have some emotions flying tomorrow. Some things are
Okay.
going to happen. Okay. But everything's going to be okay in the end. Okay.
Okay.
You're
Okay.
holding the upper hand. She's not ever going to say, I don't need you to babysit anymore. It's not going to happen.
Oh no, I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about what Scarlett needs and what's
And,
best for her.
and that's the big thing right there. I'm telling you is talk to Scarlett. Okay. People forget that children are individuals. They have their own needs, their own thoughts.
Yep.
Yes. You know what? I hear you. Well, that's just going to be a fly by night thing. So what? That's what kids do. That's how we learn who we are. That's how they start to develop their own personalities and things like this of being able to try. And they need to know that in these decisions, it's not about mom, it's about her. Okay.
Yep. I understand completely. Everything, it's not what I wanted to hear, but it all makes sense.
Yeah.
It's
And
what
just
I was
remember,
afraid was coming.
yeah, but you know what? It's coming. You're gonna have to deal with it one way or the other. But like I said, this is not earth ending.
Oh no.
It's gonna be more like, "Oh, I hate to see my granddaughter cry, or see her
Exactly.
hurt or into something she doesn't want to do. But guess
Yep.
what? Use
It
that.
happens.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
happens,
It happens. It happens.
and you just be the guide through it all. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Does that
I
make
got
sense?
it.
But
I
you
have
gotta
her
let me
back
know.
always.
You gotta let me know what's happening. Okay.
Oh, goodness. Okay, I will. Thank you, Reverend Rob. I appreciate you.
You are welcome. Love you and appreciate you very much. All
Have a
right.
great night. Bye bye.
You too. Bye bye. All right, everybody. Wow. Have we all been there or not in our childhood or even with our children? It's hard sometimes to let some things go and let a child be themselves. Now, we're still there to guide. All right. Kids don't get to pick things that are going to harm them or do themselves harm or whatnot. Nope. Sorry. When you're 18, 19, 20, some of these decisions, I'm all behind you. You make your decisions you want. But right now, no. Okay. So there's nothing wrong with still being guidance, being a parent. We need more parents instead of best friends. I'll be quite honest with you. All right. That's me just being on a soapbox. And I'll shut up now because a lot of people don't want to hear that. But that's what's going on. All right. Trust me, being a parent is hard work. All right. It's hard. But guess what? If you do it with the right heart attitude, knowing, letting love shine through and anger, they know about it. They may be mad for a little while. They come back. All right. It's just one of those things, I promise. So, wow. Bang, Miss Cynthia. Appreciate you as always. Look, I feel like Mr. Rogers. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. So, how are you, Miss Jill?
I am doing well. How are you doing,
I
Rev?
am doing awesome. If I was any better, I'd be twins. And that's a scary freaking thought.
Oh, that
You
would
know?
be so cool. I would love that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
We
Even
need two of
Gillian's like
you in the
going,
world.
no.
Let's see what Gillian thinks about that.
Yeah, exactly. So, what's up this evening, ma'am?
Well, I kind of need a parent. No,
Okay.
that was a good segue for me, but
Okay.
I need to know, where am I going with this YouTube channel stuff? I've been
Okay.
slowly getting back into life here.
Okay.
Getting two new hips is a big deal.
Oh, hell yeah, it was a big deal.
Yeah, that took a little dent in my life, but I've been getting started back up. I redid the website. I'm creating an Oracle deck. That'll take a while, but I'm very excited about it. And I have astrology school coming up in September, and I have the astrology classes we do on the sides. And I'm doing Salem psychic fair in October, so I'm stoked for that. Not for the
I
money,
might
but
see
for
you
the
there from what I understand. I'm being booked
Yeah, I
for
was going to ask, why aren't you going to be there, sir?
I think I am. I don't know. I was told I'm being booked for several things in Salem because not only am I going to be back at Off Cabot on the 29th of June, they want
Mm-hmm.
me Halloween week. So
Yes.
yeah. So
I'll be doing the witch's ball on
okay.
Halloween.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
So yeah, she wants to get me over in the Salem area, so people can see me a little more, find out, build the audience a little bit or whatnot. So I'll probably see you there,
Yeah, it's great
So
marketing, Rob, because people from all over the world go there.
yeah. Well, in Salem in the month of October, holy crow.
Oh, it's
You
off
know?
the hook. It's off the hook. You got to be ready to stay there and
Yeah.
park your car somewhere and get ready to walk. I hope you got one of those
Park
little
your what?
wagons.
Park your
Huh?
what? Park your what?
Park your car. Oh,
Oh,
you're
okay.
funny. You're a funny guy at Harvard Yard, all right? Park your car in Harvard Yard. Get over
There
it.
you go. There you
Get
go.
used
I
to it. You're
love
coming to
you.
Salem, baby.
Oh, that makes my heart happy. All right. So the YouTube thing, all right.
Yeah.
It's not as easy as people think. Okay.
Mm-mm.
It requires consistency, nonstop. My wife will tell you, and I don't mean this about any, it is the people on the show when we have beautiful readings and get to talk to people and things like that. And I see that I'm making a difference or that the information was helpful. Man, there's a lot of these nights, especially by 8:30 at night. I'm like, I just don't want to do this.
Right.
I don't want to do this. But once I get to talking to people, and this is what I enjoy doing, is helping people through things or whatnot. So consistency is going to be key.
Mm-hmm.
It's taken me a lot of time to get here. And if you, like I said, I stopped because I went through what you're wanting. I'm going to go make money doing other things with video and everything else. So one of the things I would tell you is to remember when you're when you're going to jump back in it, get your lives going, things like that. Be out there, be posting, do all that kind of stuff. But remember, it's going to take a while. Okay.
Yeah.
Get other people to interview you. I'll have you back on,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody go to Mainly Mystics. Check Jill out, make sure on her channel that you're subscribing to her, show some support. All right. And we'll see what's going on
Thank
there.
you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
No
Thank you,
problem.
Rob.
So do you want me to do a reading on that? Tell me how to frame the reading.
Well, I don't know how I want to approach the channel.
Okay.
I love tarot, but it's hard to sit down and read tarot when there's no humans in front of me. Do you know what I'm saying?
I went through that. So one of the things I can suggest is then, like when I come on here on a Friday night and people aren't jumping in and nobody's asking a question, guess what? All right, Spirit, put on my heart what people need to know, because you never know, okay, when somebody's going to watch it later. All right. Spirit does. Okay.
Mhm.
So go ahead then and zone in and say, I'm just going to act like there are 100 people out here. And this is what Spirit is wanting, the message. And then when you're done, you're done. If somebody's come in, great. If they haven't, no. But your heart is so pure. Your heart is so wanting to do the right thing and give that message. Okay. That's going to be very important for you. And that will come through. Okay.
Mhm.
The most important thing is be you. It takes a while. Okay.
Yeah.
Some of these people that are here, my tribe, they've been with me for years. When I started, I stopped, I started again, I stopped, things like that. So, but when I got back into it, I said, this is what I'm going to do. Okay. And I miss talking to people. I miss helping them. I miss helping them rethink some of their spirituality and just having some common sense in the mix. And people are needing a place to go to find happiness. I want to help you find your joy. So let's do this. Spirit, Jill is here because she doesn't know what to do. I'm getting hammered with once you get into the astrology thing,
Yep.
you're going to do more of a shift there. I
Yeah.
know you love tarot and everything else, but that astrology is like your new fire, your new passion, your new torch.
Mhm.
Okay. So what you're going to do is eventually, thank you, you're going to have your show do kind of a shift or be doing a tarot show Wednesday night, better not be Wednesday night, Tuesday night, it'll be an astrology show or whatnot, helping people understand their signs, what's going on in the stars and things like that. That's really what I'm picking up huge for you. Okay. Is
Yeah, but with
going
that in mind, not to cut you off, should I be doing the channel before the astrology? I feel like I should.
You just answered your own question.
Yeah, that was a dumb question. Should
Not dumb.
listen, I told you straight up I need a parent here. Should I be doing lives, Rob?
Sure, because it's
Yeah.
practice. It's practice. I don't care if one person shows up, nobody shows up, or whatnot. It's a
Mhm.
recording that can still go out on your YouTube channel. Okay.
Right.
Once you're done with the live, it still stays. All my lives are on my channel. Okay.
Right.
And that is something to let you get practice moving in a better thing and start really learning how to shift gears when spirit. You see me when spirit shifts where I think the message is going, and I open up and go, oh, wait a minute. Okay, now I got it. All right.
Oh yeah, I got used to that doing a lot of readings. It's like my throat chakra would be closed. Like I wanted to say this, but spirit was saying what was meant to come through. And
Exactly.
things change. It's not always what I think it's gonna be. It's what comes through, and then I don't really remember it after either. I love when people come back and say, "Remember that reading?" It's like, no, it really wasn't me.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if you were in here when Yachty started. One of the first things that was great tonight was just Yachty came in going, your reading was accurate. I thank you. I need another one, blah, blah, blah. And it just makes you feel good when you know you touched somebody's heart.
Yes.
Okay. Or you were the conduit where spirit could touch their heart. All right. And that's one of those things. And people need more honesty. They need less politics and more just, hey, guess what? You've got your politics, I got my politics, but all I want you to do is be happy.
Right.
Now, unless you're wanting to be a politician, then I'll debate things. But other than that, I want you to find your magic so you can fly. And that's what it
Right.
is. And I know this is near and dear to your heart. Okay.
Yes.
So I'm going to show you while we were talking what I pulled up. Okay. And we start with the Knight of Coins. Now, what's really cool about you being a tarot reader is a lot of people, sometimes I don't have to read the card. Look at what it says. Okay. We've got the Knight of Coins. All right. Again, like I was telling somebody earlier, it's the helping. But this Knight of Coins is going to be, all right, we got to get on the horse, get everything armed, reach out, get help, do everything. All right. Before you go. Don't look at the end of the jousting run. Okay. First, you got to get on the damn horse. Okay.
Right.
Keep doing what you're doing, practicing, studying, going. Start your channel. What can happen? Somebody falls in love with you, or they don't like you. So what? I
Right.
know it's hard to believe, but there are people that don't like me.
I know, right? Like
I don't get it, but it happens. Okay. Now, here's what I want you to see here. Look what came up next to that.
I know.
Two of Wands. Plan. Okay. Start mapping out. I wish I could show you a board I've got. Okay. That somebody had me read a book. Okay. It's about building shows and screenplays and all this stuff. Okay. We actually cork boarded the whole inside of my closet over here and put light in here because I've got concepts, what I want to do. They're all over the place. Okay. And I put them all up with different thumbtacks so we can go, you know what, here, let's start arranging it. Okay. But start. Okay. Go ahead and start. Put yourself out there. Let people see you. Make your posts, find out what's going on. But then you need to settle down and look at, okay, where do I want this channel to go? because the last thing you want to do is put 8 months into it and try to and go, oh, I've decided on a new name, rebranding it, or no. Okay. Once you get started and this feels good to you, let it be known. It doesn't mean you can't add to it. All right.
Right.
But make a plan. Start sitting down. Look at how would astronomy, you and I both know how it does. How does the astronomy play
Mm-hmm.
in with the tarot readings? You know what?
Oh, big
I
time.
love to know that stuff. My problem is I have a brain blockage. I have to have charts, and I can't. I think by the time I memorized all the tarot cards and everything else, my old brain went, that's enough. You know, you're full. We're done. So Gillian's the one, and I will say, hey, I've got this going on. You know, what does this mean? And she'll remind me. I'll be like, okay, got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, but come up with a plan. All right. With
Yep.
about what you want to achieve. Where do you want to
Mhm.
go? What it is. And then guess what? Make a decision.
Yes,
got
to make the
choices.
decision. Yep.
You don't have to jump right into one thing or the other at the beginning. Make a
No.
plan. Start down that plan. Plans shift. All right.
Yep.
But the last thing you want is to go, oh, I don't do that anymore. Okay. So start with the reading, talking to people, offering that service, see what's out there about doing free live readings and things like that. Make your choice. And it's okay to make a choice based on what you want.
Right.
All right. That's what the 7 of Cups is about. A lot of people, think about what's next, the 8 of Cups. All right.
Yep.
7 of Cups, you got to make that choice. But then once you do, walk on. Okay.
Mhm.
The 8 of Cups is saying, all right, if it's not serving this plan, I got to leave it behind for now.
Right. Yes.
Okay. And that's what's going. But on the YouTube, look here. Look at what the 4th card is. The 8, fortitude.
Yep.
This is going, keep going, doing things when you don't want to do it. Okay.
Right.
When somebody says something stupid and you want to jump in, you need to be a safe haven. Okay. Which is making sure some things you and I, if we're going to help other people, certain opinions we might need to keep to ourselves because it's irrelevant to spirit. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Mhm.
That it's very important, all right, that people feel comfortable. They're not going to feel challenged. Your
Right.
intuition is key here and your knowledge. Remember the 2. I always say the High Priestess. Everybody says that's your intuition card. I say this, the moon is your intuition card. All right. Notice what she's got draped around her neck.
Yep.
The moon, in intuition here with her, and normally we see she's holding a scroll of the Torah. Okay.
Right.
Is about the knowledge you have and have learned and how that goes with your intuition. Okay. So take a breather. Okay. You don't have to get it all sorted out right now. All right. You'll able to move forward and you'll be able to figure it out. And the nice thing about on the show right now, do a reading one way, do it in a different way the next time. Find that in your natural thing. What feels good to you? Do you want to do, like I don't do spreads. These are basically my own spreads. I read cards until spirit tells me to stop. And look at what we've got here. The Queen of Wands. Here we go.
Yeah.
Wands galore for Miss Jill. All
I
right.
love
Now,
that.
the Queen of Wands talk about being independent. You still have to do your own thing. Be
Mhm.
you. Okay. Whether
Absolutely.
anybody understands it or whatnot, that's very important. Okay. Is you
Mhm.
being you. All right.
Yes.
And then finally, look here. This came up with Cynthia a minute ago. All right. Giving back. You're a giver. Okay.
Yep.
But making sure that what I just got, okay. Okay. You need to be you care. So what's I'm getting right now is not just passing on what you feel might be spiritual knowledge. It's
Mhm.
actually knowledge that somebody can take to bring happiness and tangible happiness into their life. Okay?
Yes.
This is your way of giving back.
Mm-hmm.
All right? And that's what Spirit's saying right here. You need to give back. We have this anxiety. Don't worry about it. Okay? As the Italians I used to know that ran a pizza joint that were kind of like, don't worry about it. That's what
Yeah.
they're saying. And here's what's happening. We start focusing on, well, where am I going? Am I wasting my time or what? You know what? If you get on that channel and you're giving messages from Spirit and helping one person find their way, find their path,
Yeah.
nothing to fear.
No.
Past couple of shows, we've had one naysayer pop in here time to time. Okay.
Right.
And I go upstairs and I'm like, what did I do to them? And my wife will just look at me and I'll be like, yeah, it doesn't matter. Everybody else had a good time. It's that thing where we get focused on what can go wrong. Okay. Or why didn't one person, I don't want to make anybody upset or anything. You know what? You get mad at me. Guess what? Get in line, especially if you're a female. All right. The line is long, but it is distinguished. Okay. It really is. So yeah, you just got to stop letting it. I think you're afraid of failure, okay, and wasting your own time.
Right.
All right. You're only wasting your own time if you're not doing what you enjoy doing. Yes, it's tiring. It's old, different things. And you don't have to do it at 8:30 at night. I'm doing that for a reason. Okay.
Yeah.
You can do what you want to do. But this, the Ten of Swords, it's time for this season to come to an end and for you to make your plan and and see victory at the end. Okay. Is that making sense?
Yes, it is.
Look at here. We're going to let that be the last card. What is that?
Yes.
The Nine of Coins.
Nice. Yes.
All right.
Love it.
When you're doing what Spirit wants you to do, when you're doing that thing that makes your heart happy, okay? You know what? The sun gets brighter, the grass gets greener. Even a rainy day is more like, wow, we needed that rain.
Right.
It's one of those things where Spirit will help you meet your dream if you're taking the actions to need that to go, and it'll help you manifest. This is the manifestation card.
Yes.
All right. So yeah, just stop worrying about it. If it's time to quit down the road, you'll know when it's time to quit. Okay. If you don't feel you're being of service or things like that. But let's put it this way. And here, anybody thinking about starting a YouTube channel, I brought this up for somebody the other day because everybody thinks, oh, I watched all these videos of these guys with hundreds of thousands of views. And, so I'm wondering, I'm doing everything they told me to do. But here's the thing. If nobody's following you, who are you telling? All right.
Right.
You've got to take time to build up an audience. All right.
Yeah.
And YouTube daily downloads. I'm going to bring this up because I brought it up to somebody the other day. Okay. And it's not discouraging, but to get it in, I did downloads. Daily upload numbers. All right. YouTube experiences a massive amount of daily video uploads. This, I'm reading it straight from them. Okay. And here's what we need to understand. How many videos do you think get uploaded every day?
Oh, I can't even imagine.
2.6 million every day.
Yes, I bet.
If this was just as easy as some of these people put on, okay, everybody would be millionaires.
Right.
All right. But it's not. It's finding that niche, finding what fits for you. And the only way you find that, okay, is by doing it.
Right,
reaching out, find, that worked, this helped, these things, and being brazen and putting yourself out there. Okay. It's one of those things, this translates to over 518 15,000 hours of new content every day.
Wow.
So that means getting on, planning things out, getting it up. One of the places I fall short on, I need to make sure that I'm putting my shows up weeks in advance, and I'm not. Okay. So I just had this conversation the other night. So you can do this. Spirit is saying you can do it. Okay.
Mhm.
Just keep the temperance card, everything. Keep yourself in the real world, in your real thoughts, and you're going to have to plug ahead to get it organic to make it work. Okay. And you can
Yes.
do it. You have a special talent, a special gift, and your heart to offer, and people will love you for it.
Thank you.
Okay.
I just wanted to shout out to you. I don't remember who was the gentleman you had on what is it, Omniism or whatever?
Oh yeah, Hillis Pugh.
Hillis, yes. Well, that show helped me bring it all together in my head, and that's what finally helped me do my YouTube channel. No, my webpage. My God, it's past
Yeah.
my bedtime, guys. My webpage.
And
So you
you know what?
see, it's a little thing, like to you just were doing your thing, but to me it's like, whoa, it brought it all together, and then I was able to focus, and I tied, like, this stuff's been jumbled in my head forever, and then I watched that show, and then it brought my thought patterns all together, and it tied it all together nicely for me, so I appreciate that.
And that's all we're trying to do is help people find a different way to think about things.
Yes.
That's it.
Amen.
And so good. I'm glad that'll make me happy. Okay. Well, that does make me happy. That'll make Hillis happy. So I'll let him know too. But thank you very, very much. Okay.
Thank you. And
And
my
you
last thing
are,
I'm going to say to you about these people that pop in, you know what I say all the time, Rob?
what's that?
Haters of fans too, honey. And that's
That's
it.
it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. If you want to come in and keep posting, guess what?
Yeah.
Then you're just driving my numbers up. Appreciate it.
That's right. You're giving me a view. Yeah, yeah. You're
That's
getting the
right. Thank
algorithm
you very much.
moving. Haters of
Yeah,
fans.
exactly. So
All right.
yeah,
I
that's
love you
what's going
guys.
on.
We need a play date soon. I love the tribe. I get to see them tonight. And
Good.
thank you. Thank you so much.
Very good. Very good. Thank you so much. Bangarang. All right.
Bangarang.
All right. Here we
Bye-bye.
go. Donis. All right. How are you this evening, ma'am?
I'm really good. I'm joining from Maui, so I'm here until next week.
Look
So
at
life's
you.
good.
I was going to say you're like sunburned doing what?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I got really burnt yesterday, but it feels good. So I've done all the stuff today, and yeah, but I came in to see if I might could get on to ask you something. A week ago today, I've been tracking with you for maybe 12 weeks now, and life has just been moving. It's so cool. The healing when you pray, you guys all prayed with me when I was sick. It's just been amazing. So a week ago today, I was divinely led to sign for an apartment. First time ever since 5 years that I've had my own place. And I've really never lived alone by myself that I can remember for any great length of time, as totally alone. And then I got on the plane going to Houston to see my granddaughter's dance recital. And then I was going to be coming on to Maui. And I opened my email, and Edenwood Ranch and Preserve, a 500-acre ranch in Wisconsin that's a wild game, high fence ranch, they sent me the job offer. So all in the same day, I got the apartment, which was totally divine. The ladies, Kathy and her husband, built them, and they're really sweet long-term tenants there. And she said to me, she said, Donis, I know that you're going to love it here. I just know you're going to love it. She goes, it may only be transitional, but while you're here, you're going to love it. And then I got this job offer, which I did accept. I'll be an office manager for this ranch and preserve. And it's very, very, very serene, very serene. So my question to Spirit tonight is, what is all of this? I feel right, but I'm just kind of like, what would the Spirit say to me about all of this amazingness that has happened?
Well, you know what we're going to do first? We're going to say a prayer, and we're going to say thank you. Okay? Because that's the most important thing, to see you happy, see that. That's what this is about. Okay.
Right.
Not just what I do, but that's what spirit wants. And because you saw it, you believed in it, and you took action and moved forward, you're manifesting some beautiful things into your life. Okay. So this is spirit's reward, but saying you did the work, we lined some things up. So rather than hiding out in a house or an apartment or whatnot, you got out, you got moving, we met people, things started happening, you started putting what you wanted out there, and
Right.
spirit went, here, there you go.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is something I want you to understand, that I'm being told of. Spirit wants you to be grateful, but at the same time, they want you to be proud of you. Okay. I mean, I really feel like that this is important to you to understand your value.
Yeah.
And I think you had gotten into a really dark place.
Yeah.
And that's when things can play around with our head or whatnot. So right now, guess what? Here it is.
Yeah.
When we get out and we go do, man, things can
Yeah.
happen.
And
That's,
even those that I think would be happy for me, or like, I'm still in this by myself, I have to know that I am so happy for me. It doesn't matter.
this is
Nothing.
a thing. This is a thing for you to learn, that it's okay to be happy within yourself. That once you, and now as you start leaving this life of when you walk out the door, and like I was telling Jill, the sun's brighter, things like that. You're enjoying your work, you're going to work, things are happening. All of a sudden you're humming. There's a little spring in your step. And guess what? That's when the next phase starts. Okay. So
Yeah.
let's say thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
Our most gracious and loving Heavenly Father, that divine spirit, we say thank you. Thank you for helping Donna's angels. Y'all helped her get up, move, get things done. Thank you for helping her on her way and in this direction. God, Father, Mother, Spirit, thank you for allowing these resources to flow once she started taking the action she needed to take, because we know you put them in her way. So we are here to say thank you.
Thank
So
you.
motivate.
Thank you. I'm so grateful.
All right.
Thank
Cool. So now let's take a look. All right. And let's find out. Let's do a quick reading here. Find out what's going on. All right. So Spirit, Donna's is saying a lot has gone on. Things are happening. She's very thankful. She wants to know kind of what, I think we covered what all this means, but just let's give her a message of what's going on, what's happening, and things like that. You know what? Let me crank up the card window.
Uh-huh.
It's your fortitude. Notice this fortitude card has come back up 8. It's about movement.
Yeah.
The tarot with an attitude thing. So everybody just hold on to your butt, folks, because here it comes. You got off your ass and you started doing something. Okay.
Amen.
You were able to be able, and you did this. Okay. Because yes, God helps us, Spirit helps us, the Mother helps us, but it requires us to make that effort. Okay. And you got over some stuff that was really bothering you, and you took control of it and said, no, I'm going to harness this. All right. And we're going to move forward regardless. Okay.
Mhm.
Spirit is saying, now it's time for you to give back a little bit. Okay. Doesn't have to be money. But when somebody asks or shares a story, just say, you know what? If you'll let Spirit help you and take a step, just share your story. Okay. Because that's how you're going to help people, is with this 6 of coins. 6 is about declaring victory. Okay. So there's more coming, is what I'm actually picking up here. More than anything, more resources, things are coming, and you're going to get them from places you don't expect them. Okay. So is this making sense at all?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Look here, the Queen of Coins. You know what? Take some time. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. Enjoy it. The Queen of Coins is here to say, you know what? Go get that mani-pedi. Don't forget to invest in yourself. Okay? It is okay. All right? That's just completely. And are you okay, sweetie?
Yeah, I get a yawn when I'm in some major bullseye confirmation. I yawn a lot when it's
Okay.
spot on. So
All right. No,
that shows
that's
my
fine.
yeah, it's perfect.
And look here, followed by the Queen of Wands. All right. And she is independent. Yes, she has a king, and there's a masculine part of this, but this Queen of Wands talks about being independent and being strong. And now you've got something that fire is building. So it's going to be up to you to nurture that fire and to move forward and make this be everything that you want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
Anxiety, time, man, look at how many. I think every reading tonight, the anxiety card has come up, the Nine of Swords.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
It's the reminder, get out of our head. Fear. Look at things that you're worried about and say, is this false evidence appearing real? Or is this something real I need to be afraid of? Is it in my control? Is it not? All right. But turn that over to your angels, turn that over to your spirit, and let them deal with anything you can't.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes.
The Chariot. Keep on moving on. You stay focused on what you want, where you want to go, and moving ahead and not going backwards. That's going to be massively important to you. This time of all of this worry and mental anguish and things like that, it's over. Okay? It is up to you now to start afresh up here. Okay? You got like a spiritual washing of the brain. All right?
Amen.
Don't let that slip backwards. Okay? New things to start. Get outside. Read the Tao Te Ching. Read the Bible. Read, do whatever. Get into here, but keep that positive flow going. Set yourself up some rituals about getting up in the morning, taking time to walk outside, feed the birds, do it, but commune with spirit. You've made a new friend. Okay? And that friend wants to talk to you. Okay. So make sure you're doing that and you're able to move forward. The Five of Swords, you can conquer anything. All right. This is something you can declare victory over, that you conquered and came through it. Doesn't mean the battle's over. Okay. But you've got a good step. So remember what you learned in the previous battle. So when new battles come, you're armed with it. You're armed for it. All right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
10 of coins. All right? New finances, things that you've been wanting, things are starting to unfold for you. It's going to be up for you to keep moving them on. It's been a fight. It's been a journey. Okay? But you did it. Okay? And you can keep doing it. Bottom line is, oh, look, we got the Emperor back again. Okay?
Wow.
It's your world. Rule it. You be in control of it. Okay? Don't let anybody else. Nobody puts baby in a corner. Okay?
No.
But you have to make that decision. I'm not going to let anybody put me in a corner. Okay? Especially myself.
Wow.
Does that make sense?
It all makes sense, makes such good sense. And just one other thing I want to give a grateful heart and word to is on Mother's Day, my youngest son that I've not seen in 5 years sent me a text and said, "Happy Mother's Day, I forgive you." And he wants to align a time for us to meet. So that will be fine. So lots of good things, Reverend Rob. I love you, tribe.
That's it. And just accept it. And whatever mends that bridge, okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. You've been alone now for a while. Just give him a hug.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Past is past. All right. Yeah. And he's going to be able to do some things with you. I really feel this was another part of spirit helping melt a cold heart. Okay.
Yeah.
You're doing things. You're there now. You're ready. You're working. You're getting your own place. You're starting to have some self-esteem about yourself. So now you don't have to worry about what is he thinking of me, blah, blah, blah. All, you know what? Doesn't matter.
Mhm.
We all make mistakes. Okay.
Yep.
He is, don't live in them.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Absolutely.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's
There we
it.
go. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you.
You are welcome. Thank you, Miss Donna. I appreciate you.
Yep. I'll see you guys soon.
See you soon. All right. So, man, wow. A lot of people coming on camera live. We are at an hour, 10 minutes. If you want, I got to let you know, I see some bunch of questions. I can't get to everybody tonight because Friday nights, it's all about people getting on the camera and coming with me. And if they fill that hour up, then that's what I do. So, but know this, come back Monday night. I will be back Monday night. Same bat time, same bat channel. Okay. At 8:30. And get in early. If you can get in, put your question in. Monday night, nobody's going to come on live with me or anything like that. I'll just scroll through them. But if you can get in early, or shoot me a question in an email, whatever it is, that's what we need to do. Also, got to remind everybody, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. This is very, very important. It helps me out. If you want to help me in energy, you know what? Share the video. That helps me more than anything that y'all know right now. Okay? You want to just push play on a playlist and let it play a playlist and turn the volume down, do that for me. I don't care. Every little bit helps so you can give back without having to give money. That's it. If you need a session, you want to get a session with me, that information is down below. And the tickets for my July 29th show are available in the links down below. So with all that being said, I need everybody to remember, take what you want, leave what you don't, but leave having experienced some peace, love, and light. Love you all. Bang,